Have questions about your pets? Looking for your next forever friend? We've got you covered. This is Pet Connection with Energy 95.3. Now, here's Erik Fox.
A very beautiful Wednesday morning. What's going on? It's Erik Fox from Energy 95.3. Joined as always every other Wednesday right here for Pet Connection with our amazing friends over at Kern County Animal Services. Today, the two-legged ones are Nick, who joins us all the time. Also got joining us today, Katie and Tony. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Normally we have maybe one friend, but we got a trio of friends today. I don't want to take any time away from getting to know these four-legged friends. We're talking Twyla. I'm losing my space here. Truman and Trusty. So let's talk about them and the amazing thing about them.
Okay, so Twyla right here is Mama, and she went on the streets of Bakersfield a couple weekends ago, and they said that she's amazing with kids, other dogs, fully potty trained. She's not super hyper, but when she gets the zoomies, that's when she's super excited. And then we have two little babies.
Truman and
Trusty. Obviously, they're not potty trained.
Not yet.
No, but they're super sweet and loving and really playful. And I think that all three of them would make a really good addition to any family.
Yeah, and all three, obviously, Truman and Trusty are Twyla's puppies.
Yes.
And they've been with us since August. And it's always heartbreaking when puppies get raised in the shelter. So Truman and Trusty are children of the shelter. I mean, they've been raised in the shelter, it's a sad thing, but also gives us hope that they're at a perfect age for somebody to really be able to adopt them into a home and treat them with all the love that they need to be good adult canine citizens. And we're sure that Twyla will be proud of her two sons here when they eventually get adopted and go to their new home.
So an experience like this, is it good to have all three of them in a home, or how's that experience kind of like for this setup?
We always want to not put up barriers to adoption. So it's not a necessity that they get adopted together. I mean, that's a lot for one person to take on, three dogs all at once. Sure, it would be a wonderful story to see Twyla and Truman and Trusty get adopted into the same home, but we know that's not very realistic. So I think odds are they'll probably get adopted individually, which is equally as it makes us equally as happy just to know that all three of them get a home. So It's not a requirement. Certainly an option for somebody that has the property in the home and the patience to deal with three new dogs, but it's not a requirement.
Well, I have two sister dogs at home right now. Those are my pups that we've had on Pet Connection before, and definitely, even if Truman and Trusty come together, it's that nice to have that little accompaniment that they've already know each other and kind of build a home together, right?
Yeah, puppies always do well with each other. They teach themselves and each other how to interact with other dogs. They teach themselves and each other how to interact with humans. They learn together. So there's certainly a benefit to adopting siblings or puppies at once. Although it's pretty challenging having two puppies.
True. Trust me, you know.
Kind of like probably having twin humans. It's a lot to handle, a lot more resources, but double the love. So there's a benefit on the back end.
Got a trio of friends join us today for Pet Connection. We are talking about Twyla, which is the mommy dog hanging out with Nick right there, A118-7763. And the two little boy dogs, Truman and Trusty, A118-7766 and A118-7767. I definitely want to get them a good home. And of course, we got the information scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Phone number to contact you guys, website, which is always a great thing, and always great to get on your socials as well, because Danny, who handles things over there, does a great job for you guys. Makes it a lot of fun to just get some puppy love in your life as you make it through your workday. So let's talk about some things that are coming up. I want to talk about a major thing that's coming up shortly. I'm going to put it up here on the screen if I can. There we go. It is the mega adoption event that's going down November 5th. Let me put that even on the big screen there. There we go. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so our mega adoption event is something that we tried to start about 6 years ago. This is back in 2017. We just realized that it's not only the Kern County Animal Shelter System that has shelter pets that need adoption. It's all of the animal shelters within Kern County. There's 7 animal shelters combined, and that's just municipal. That's just government shelters. There's private nonprofits that have pets that are available for adoption. So we wanted to try to create an event that we do once a year that has shelters from all throughout Kern County, all under one roof at a park, where the community, if they're interested in adopting, especially if you're interested in adopting a shelter pet, can really come out and see a good sizable portion of the animals in our entire community that are in need of adoption, and at the same time get resources for a pet that maybe you already own. So it's a really cool event. Even if you're not looking to adopt a pet, there's great information about how to volunteer, how to donate, how to foster, not just at the county agencies, but the other municipal agencies here locally and the nonprofits. And there's also a ton of pet-related products that vendors will have, leashes and collars and all kinds of fancy things for your pets. But more importantly, we are also looking for vendors for that event. So on your screen is a QR code. Hopefully you can scan it. If you can scan that QR code, or that's on our website as well, kerncountyanimalservices.org. That link, that QR code will take you to the vendor application. There is no charge to vendors who want to participate. It's Sunday, November 5th. It's at Stramler Park. It's going to be a really cool event, and we expect to see a lot of folks at that event as well.
Last year was not the best kind of weather, but I'm assuming this year we're going to make things happen just nicely. Once again, November 5th at Stramler Park. A great event last year. Looking forward to being a part of it again this year. Once again, exhibitors, yeah, definitely take a part of that and get that QR code out there. And once again, let's get back to the pups. And of course, they don't want to see my face. Let's get back to the main fun here. Twyla, Truman, and Trusty, who are our guests today, and along with Nick, Katie, and Tony, who are part of the amazing staff of Kern County Animal Services.
By the way, all of their adoption fees are waived because they've been with us for over 30 days. So beautiful. All 3 dogs are fee waived adoptions. So the only cost to you is just to be a responsible pet owner and everything that comes along with that. But their adoption fees are waived because they've been with us for over 30 days.
We got all the information on the screen right there, scrolling at the bottom of the phone number and the website, and of course their ID numbers. But just say, hey, Twyla, Truman, Trusty, the triple T's. Yeah, they were awesome on Pet Connection. Let's go get some love. And of course, someone could come in and just have some time with them, right, to kind of get to know them on a one-on-one level.
Yeah, you do a meet and greet with all 3 of them
at the same time if you want.
Yeah, you could. Triple T's.
Triple T's. There we go. We got a new name for them. Twyla, Truman, and Trusty. And kind of explain maybe a little bit about the process. Like if someone does come in, hang out with the dogs a little bit, get to know them. Kind of what's the next steps for everyone?
So then after that, what you could do is come back to the front office and let us know that you're wanting to do an adoption, and the 3 other girls, including myself, will be able to do an adoption for you. It's a really easy process, probably less than 5 minutes. And then from there, we're going digital, so everything will be emailed to you that you need. The CE, rabies certificate, microchip, medical history, and tips and tricks that we work with, other local agencies and stuff like that. And trying to think of the word. Zoom room for training and stuff like that. We have some of that.
We include a lot of resources for you to be a responsible pet owner that'll come along with that adoption. And Tony and her team will make sure that information gets emailed to you. We do always say, please have patience with us. There are times when you come in and our girls up front are super busy. And there are times in the adoption process, once you make the decision to adopt and you're sitting in front of one of our staff, the process itself will only take about 5 minutes, but there's a lot of times when folks will be here for an hour or 2, seeing different dogs, doing meetings, and finding out information about the animals. We always feel that it's important for you to take the time to make a decision to invite a new pet into your home, because we hope it works out for the life of the pet. And so it shouldn't be an entirely impulsive decision.
Right.
So we always need patience for the community when coming in to adopt a pet. But once you make that decision and you get to Tony and her team, we try to make the process as fast, as painless as possible.
Love that. We got Twyla, Truman, and Trusty joining us today, along with the two-legged friends of Nick, Katie, and Tony. And I do want to say once again, thank you so much to the entire staff at Kern County Animal Services for everything you guys do, because you guys are amazing for bringing some extra love into people's lives. I do want to point out one more time. You kind of said it just in passing there, but when you adopt a pet, it's not just you're getting a pet. I mean, you got the vaccines done. You got a microchip. You got all these things, including resources, including a chance to actually get some tidbits of how the dog's behavior is, where you're not necessarily going to get that somewhere else.
Yeah, we try to make sure. I mean, at the end of the day, although with Truman, Trusty, and Twyla here, we know quite a bit about them because they've been with us for so long. But there's a lot of times when you ask questions about a dog that we've only had for a week or two. So we can only answer on the information that we know than from our experience with the dog, which is at times minimally. But we give you as much information as we can. If you ask us how they get along with other dogs, we should be able to give you some idea about how their behavior has expressed in the shelter. But yeah, we try to provide as much information as we can so that you're making an informed decision, because ultimately we want the dog to be in your home for the rest of the dog's life.
Love that. Well, Twyla is taking a little nap right now. It looks like she's finally chilling out. A118-7763. And we got Truman and Trusty, the two boy pups, A118-7766 and A118-7767. Our two-legged friends, Nick, Katie, and Tony. Appreciate everything you guys do once again.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Eric.
We'll see you next time for another edition of your Pet Connection with Energy 95.3 and Kern County Animal Services.